I kicked my boyfriend's parents out of our apartment after his mom called me a bitch. My boyfriend Jake and I had been living together for about 6 months when his parents decided to surprise us with a visit. Not a phone call, not a text. They just showed up at our door on a Saturday morning with suitcases saying they were in town for the weekend and needed a place to stay. Jake immediately said yes without even asking me. I was standing there in my pajamas with messy hair, and his mom, Linda, looked me up and down like I was something stuck to her shoe. His dad was nice enough, but Linda had this attitude from the second she walked in. The first red flag was when she started rearranging our kitchen. She moved all my spices to different cabinets and reorganized our entire pantry without asking. When I politely mentioned that I had a system, she just laughed and said, "Well, it wasn't a very good one, was it?" Then she started making comments about our apartment, how the couch was too old, how we needed better curtains, how the bathroom could use a deep clean. I work 2 jobs and go to school, so yeah, sometimes the dishes sit in the sink for a day. But she acted like we were living in a garbage dump. The breaking point came Sunday morning. I was making breakfast for everyone. Scrambled eggs, bacon, toast, the works. I'd gotten up early, even though it was my only day to sleep in. Linda walks into the kitchen and starts critiquing everything. "You're cooking the eggs too fast. They'll be rubbery. Jake likes his bacon crispy, not chewy. That bread is probably stale." I kept my mouth shut and just focused on cooking, but inside, I was getting really frustrated. Then she said something that made my blood boil. "You know, Jake's ex-girlfriend Ashley was such a good cook. She made the most amazing Sunday brunches when they were together." I stopped stirring the eggs and looked at her. "Well, Ashley isn't here making breakfast for your son, is she?" Linda got this smug look on her face. "No, but at least she knew how to take care of him properly. She kept a clean house and always looked presentable when we visited." Jake was sitting at the table reading his phone, completely oblivious to what was happening. I called his name and asked if he could help set the table. He just grunted and kept scrolling. That's when Linda really went for it. "See what I mean? You can't even get him to help you. Ashley never had to nag him to do things around the house. She just handled everything herself like a good girlfriend should." I put the spatula down and turned around. "Linda, I'm not Ashley. I'm not going to be your son's maid just because that's what you think girlfriends are supposed to do." She stood up and got right in my face. "Maybe if you acted more like a real woman instead of some lazy college brat, Jake would actually want to marry you, but honestly, I don't see that happening anytime soon." I felt my hands shaking. "Excuse me, you heard me. Jake deserves better than some ungrateful little who can't even cook eggs properly." The kitchen went dead silent. Even Jake looked up from his phone. Linda realized she'd crossed a line, but instead of apologizing, she just crossed her arms and stared at me like she was waiting for me to back down. I walked to the front door and opened it wide. "Get out of my apartment right now," Linda laughed. "This is Jake's apartment too. You can't just kick us out. Actually, my name is the only one on the lease, and you just called me A in my own kitchen after I spent my morning making you breakfast. So, yes, I absolutely can kick you out." Jake finally spoke up. "Come on, babe. She didn't mean it. Let's just calm down." I looked at him sitting there still holding his phone, not even standing up to defend me after his mother called me names in our home. "Jake, either they leave right now or I do, and I won't be coming back." His dad jumped up and started gathering their stuff. "Linda, we need to go. We've overstayed our welcome." But Linda wasn't done. "This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're being dramatic and unreasonable. Jake, you see how she's acting, right?" I grabbed their suitcases from the bedroom and set them by the door. "You have 5 minutes to get your things together or I'm calling the police." Jake's dad practically dragged Linda out of the apartment. She was still muttering about how I was making a huge mistake and how Jake would realize what kind of person I really was. After they left, Jake tried to convince me I'd overreacted. He said his mom was just trying to help and that I should have been more understanding. I told him if he thought calling me names was helping, maybe he should go stay with his parents. He ended up sleeping on his friend's couch for 3 days until he finally apologized and admitted his mom was way out of line.